Welcome. In this particular video, I want to talk about why we are seeing decrease in orders, as well as in areas where you live where income, average income is under 30,000 a year. Why are you noticing also um, low tipping orders, no tipping orders, and order declining dramatically? As you guys probably have heard, that we are living right now in a period of where economy is dropping. Look around as you drive around. Look at shops. Do they start small businesses? Do they start closing? Do you have empty uh, offices, empty business places? Uh, you're probably going to notice here next couple months empty dealership lots. All that is indicator the economy is not doing good. Also, when you start seeing towing trucks around, that is another indicator that there's a lot of repossessions of vehicles because people cannot afford to pay their liens on their vehicles. All that is showing that people are struggling, and when people are struggling, they're not going to spend extra money. Some still have conscience, and they will not place an order because they know they have to pay a tip and they cannot afford that extra tip. Some don't care. They already, their conscience is gone. They don't care about you and me. But they're saying, you know what? I'd rather go pick up that order myself instead of spending $10 or $15 a month on that membership. And of course, when economy is down, which means we are getting less orders, that also means that some of us are providing lower quality service. And the customer said, you know what? Instead of putting up with my strawberries were delivered as jam, or my bread was delivered as pancakes, you know what? I should go just pick up that order myself. Or I should go and try to, shop myself and pick the best, vegetables, the best fruits. Instead of, when the Walmart shops, they don't pick the best. They just grab whatever they can into their hand and move on. I'm talking from experience. I got the last couple times I picked up my orders from Walmart, I got strawberries that were rotten, bananas that were already overripe. Is that exactly what I wanted? Or avocados that you still have to hold them for a week on a table before you can actually eat them because they're like rock. Or bread, which I had once delivered, that were actually pancake. I didn't order pancakes, I ordered bread. French bread to be specific. So, yes, with all of these things that I just mentioned, people will, pick up themselves or they'll go shop themselves. Here's another situation that's something that, I'll say on myself. Yes, lately I have not been doing good financially. And what I mean financially, I've been making the money that I need to make, which I stopped my monthly membership with Walmart. And since, the last 2 months in a row I didn't qualify because of my customer rating to have the Walmart for free, I stopped having to get it delivered. And second reason, I'm not sure even if I was getting the Walmart delivery for free, I'm not sure if I still would have been using it because I have to tip. And hey, you need to have extra income to tip the customers. I've been sick for, off and on for about the last 2 weeks. We're nice to have it delivered, but again, because I'm not been for the last 2 weeks, I made maybe $90, not including this week, which having to be at 1,400 for the 2 weeks at minimum. It was like less than $100. That's definitely hits your bank account quite hard. Yes, I do like to live a lifestyle of having emergency funds, which allows me to to survive through something like what I've been through the last 2 weeks. But still, that means, right now I have to make sure I watch what I spend, where I spend. Don't eat out. Don't have lunch or breakfast at McDonald's. Go home. And plus, I took on some responsibilities that are not paying me out right now, but hopefully maybe down the road will start paying me out. Hey, at least I'm doing what I love, right? And I don't get pissed when I get in delivery and there's no tip on it, because I'm like, you know what? Either I'm gonna do it because I'm already here, or two, I'm gonna go home and take the rest of the day off. Some of you might have noticed this week I have not been driving past noon. I would grab, 10, what is it, 921, 930 .com order, grab it, deliver it, take me hour and a half, I go home. The last 2 days I had conferences at noon. Today I don't have conference. I will have another conference tomorrow, and I'm not sure how the rest of the week gonna go. But again, and it's noon, so I might stay out a little bit longer today. So I took on 11:20 order, which should be done. I should be done by about 12 something. I adjust. I move on. I'm like, hey, it's time not. This stuff is not working out. Let me work the hours that does work out for me, where I'm least busy. And mornings for me are the most lowest periods of time of the day. So that's what I'm doing. Before noon, I'm still doing this. Afternoon, I get on my phone, I do some phone calls, I handle other businesses, and I do interpretations, I create websites, apps, hey, where I can make money somewhere else. Of course, some of the stuff I do at volunteer base, which right now probably about 90% of it, but I'm trying to build understandings around me that for people to understand that I am capable of those things, so they can come back and request pay service. So guys, adjust. Don't bring yourself, your value, and say, you're only worth $4, because like I mentioned last, and I'm still working trying to get some confirmations. But I'm suspect, because when you would go into delivered orders and you would click on them, you would get a breakdown. How much you got paid for each order, how much was the base pay, and all that stuff. Right now, when you get on an order, guess what? There is no breakdown. And I believe that what before $5 was our pickup, right now it's a $4 for our pickup, and it's a $2 for each delivery or each stop, plus extra mileage. And I'm suspecting they might have already even changed, because before they would start paying extra on mileage anything above 3 miles, and I'm starting to suspect that it's no longer at 3 miles. It's probably higher than 3 miles. So Walmart's cutting prices. Was I suspecting that? Yes, I was suspecting that. And right now we start seeing that. Hey, those of you that are doing DoorDash, let me know if the DoorDash cut the prices on their end. Because if Walmart's cutting prices, I'm suspecting that other platforms will start cutting prices as well. So by the end of the year, we can probably gonna see DoorDash going down to $2 on a base pay. And of course, when we go to Uber Eats and some of these others, they at least don't give us clear understanding how much they're paying. Another thing is with Grubhub. Before I went to Idaho, I would sit at home, turn on my Grubhub app, and they would take me to Nicholasville and pay me between 27 to up to $40 for me to drive out there. Average about 80 to 90 cents per mile one way. Now, I just had my app on Monday. I had it on yesterday. I had it on Sunday. And I got a couple offers coming in while I was at home. And for a 30-something mile run, they were paying me, giving me an offer of $15. I'm like, no way. That's like half what they used to offer. I had another offer 25 miles. It was like $12. I'm like, what is a joke? Round trip for me is about 50 miles, 55 miles. And you guys want me to do this for 15 bucks? No, that's not happening. So things are dropping, pay is dropping. We might start noticing, if we're not going to have dramatic inflation, we might start noticing where pays at jobs start dropping as well. Walmart's are paying right now between 15 to 25 bucks to those people that actually bring out our groceries to us and load our cars. They're probably going to start dropping that rate as well. Why? Because the more people are hurting, the more applications are being filled out. That means right now companies have choices. When they have choices, why should they pay more when they can grab somebody for less? The same process is here. Why should they pay us more if there's enough of us that are willing to do for less? When our pay got dropped, some of you guys believe it's only 50 cents. Some of us, you guys believe, like I personally believe, it's $1 on Spark. Did some of us quit? Majority of us did not quit. Majority of us actually right now driving more hours, and that's exactly what Spark wants. They want us to drive more hours, because the more hours we drive, the more we are available to take their trash. Simple as that. So that is just the reality. That's how the business works, especially how business economics works. Buy it for cheap, sell it for high. They're buying our service for cheap and selling it to themselves for a lot higher price, and putting those money in their pocket. That's how it works. So guys, do whatever it takes. Make sure you do have some emergency money, because where we're heading, I personally believe, and there's a lot of people talking about it as well, that we're not heading to the good spot. That means people will be ordering less, people will be tipping less, you will start seeing more no-tip orders, if there's going to be those orders, because, some people, hey, I can pay 96 bucks for an annual membership at Walmart, or like, some other stores have a $50-$60 membership, annual membership. So people like, I can do that. I don't have to tip, no requirement to tip. That's what it is. See, I personally believe is this: if these apps said that we pay to cover the vehicle expense of the driver, but these drivers' time is being covered by your tip, or they can say something short like, our drivers drive for a tip, people now would know that at least they have some obligation to pay a tip. But because these apps are silent, then people believe companies should take care of it. That's why we don't see tips. And tips are decreasing. I seen customers, because I keep data record of who paid me a tip, who did not pay me a tip, and I'm looking back and I'm like, okay, this customer, when he started off with the Walmart, or this address started off with a Walmart, started off with a $10 tip. Right now, I see some of those customers are dropping down to as low as $3-4 tip. I see some customer went down to no tipping, but they started off as tipping. And I kind of wonder why. Why are those customers come on a platform? They're excited. They're happy with it. They like to enjoy the service. They pay a nice tip, $10. I believe it's not a bad tip. I know some of you live in great markets. You get a $15, $20, $25 tips. Fantastic. I'm sorry, I don't live in that kind of market. But a $10 for me, it's a nice tip. Because if I get a batch of 2, that's a $20 tip. Extra on top of $9 or $8 at one place, that's $28 for an hour. Great money. But then I look at it, 2-3 months ago, customer was paying $10 tip. Then he dropped to 7, dropped to 5, dropped to 4, dropped to 2. I had a delivery today to a customer that I did 6 or 7 deliveries to. His first tip that I did was a $15. Today, there was no tip. The previous time, there was a $3 tip. Before that was a $5 tip. Yeah, people are going through a tough time, and they're changing things. And so are we. We as drivers, we are changing up as well. Somebody commented that he had to look for a different zone. And he found that perfect zone. That perfect spot where he goes out and make the money. I'll tell you, right off the back, the best zones is not the zones where you have $1 million homes. You want to find a Walmart that services middle class customers. Those that are making about 50 to 80,000 a year, where their homes are around, I want to say 350 to maybe 600,000 in that range. Those are most likely the best customers because they still have a job. They mostly have a good, decent, unless something's crazy happening in your town where you have a massive layoffs. Otherwise, majority of those people are still making decent income, which means they're able to share some of that income with you in a form of a tip. If you service in areas where homes are under 100,000, 150,000, where people are making under 30,000, under 20,000, it's a tough market. Tough market. And if they're tipping, you're lucky. Because most of those people cannot afford and go long tipping. So, just wanted to share a few things. Wanted you guys to kind of think about it. I'm pretty sure there's quite a bit of things I touched in this video that quite interesting, and there's things to think about. But I wish every single one of you gets success, blessings, and stay wise and smart, especially with everything that's happening and everything that's going to happen. Take care. Be blessed.